caravan organizers said 8 members of the group, criticized by President Donald Trump, that traveled from southern Mexico to the border city of Tijuana, were allowed in to be interviewed by asylum officers, but U.S. Customs and Border Protection did not provide a number. About 140 others were still waiting in Mexico to turn themselves in at San Diego-San Isidro border crossing, the nation's busiest, said Alex Mensing, project organizer for Pueblos Sin Fronteras, which is leading the caravan. The spirits are high, there was good news for everybody, Mensing said on the Mexican side of the crossing, moments after learning that some were allowed in. U.S. attorneys who volunteered advice in Tijuana last week warned the Central Americans that parents may be separated from their children and be detained for many months while their asylum cases are pending. Asylum seekers are typically held up to 3 days at the border and turned over to U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement. If they pass initial screenings by asylum officers, they may be detained or released with ankle monitors while their cases win through immigration court, which can take years. Nearly 80% of asylum seekers passed the initial screening from October through December, but few are likely to win asylum. The denial rate for El Salvadorans seeking asylum was 79% from 2012 to 2017, according to Asylum Outcome information from Syracuse University's Transactional Records Action Clearinghouse. Hondurans were close behind with a 78% denial rate, followed Guatemalans at 75%. Trump administration officials have railed against what they call legal loopholes and catch-and-release policies that allow people seeking asylum to be freed while their cases are adjudicated. The president tweeted Monday that the caravan shows how weak and ineffective U.S. immigration laws are. Attorney General Jeff Sessions has pledged to send more immigration judges to the border if needed and threatened criminal prosecution. On Monday, the Justice Department said it filed illegal entry charges against 11 people identified as caravan members. U.S. Customs and Border Protection said it processed hundreds of asylum seekers in the previous week, many of them Mexican, which contributed to a bottleneck that led inspectors to turn away caravan members since they arrived late Sunday afternoon. Ellen Orlena, a 23-year-old pregnant woman from El Salvador, said she is fleeing the violent MS-13 street gang, a favorite target of both Sessions and Trump because of their brutal killings in communities in the United States. She said her older sister had been killed by the gang in El Salvador, so she is attempting to join other family members in the Kansas City area. Fighting on is worth it, she said. Customs and Border Protection has room for about 300 people at the San Diego border crossing. As in the past when we've had to limit the number of people we can bring in for processing at a given time, we expect that this will be a temporary situation, the agency said. During a surge of Haitian arrivals at the San Diego crossing in 2016, Customs and Border Protection required people to wait more than 5 weeks in Mexico. Since then, smaller upticks of Mexican asylum seekers have caused delays of several hours.